Hey, lovely lady. Yesterday we examined why you are repelling money or hitting the glass ceiling of your earning potential. And today is your day to get clear on why wealth is important to you. By the end of this week, I'll even show you how to use surprising and powerful tools to create more wealth. But here's the deal, you got to show up. You have to invest in yourself by completing every bit of this challenge this week, or you're going to seriously miss out. And to set the tone, the frequency of a healthy heart is 60 to 100 beats per minute, measured by the pulse of your heartbeat. Tapping into your heart for just a moment. See if you can actually feel the vibration of your heart, the frequency of your heart. See, everything in life has a frequency. Lotus flowers are actually the highest vibration of any flower. And here's the cool part about the lotus flower. It can't survive without being in mud. No mud equals no lotus flower. And stars are the scars in the sky. Stars are made from explosions and collisions of elements. Stars are literally made from a breaking out of their center, which allows for a process called nuclear fusion, a process that actually releases an enormous amount of energy, of light. See, stars are made for making, then breaking. And it's the gravitational friction of this breaking that makes them so bright. So they break and then they shine. And this is always the abundant way in the universe. Brokenness multiplies into abundance. It seems impossible, even unlikely, but multiplication happens out of brokenness. And the sum is an abundant life. Stars are the scars in the sky, made into the light of the world. So when you are saying that you can't, are you operating at a high or a low vibration? I bet you guessed. When you're saying you can't, that's a low vibration. When you're saying you can, what is that? That's right, it's a high vibration. See, low and high vibration happens in every single thing. Everything has a frequency. Your health. The closer you are to death, the lower your energetic frequency is. When you are super stressed, your frequency drops. When you're at rest and relaxing and peaceful and joyful, your frequency increases, your vibration increases. See, even the flow of money has a frequency. And the frequency of abundance, the frequency of poverty, right? On the screen here, you can see a few examples which will dig into the specifics of your money frequency later this week, and you'll be even scoring yourself. I just wanted to give you a couple of examples here. Because again, when you're stressed, what happens? Yeah, you're operating at a low frequency versus when you're relaxed and joyful, you're operating at a high frequency. And when you're wearing a mask and putting up walls and pretending to be something that you're not, you're operating at a low frequency. But when you keep your heart open and you're just being your beautiful, authentic self, your frequency increases. So what is your money frequency? In a large part, that is determined by your relationship with money, also known as your relationship with yourself. And we're going to really dig into that this week. You know, in my work with women entrepreneurs over the years, I've noticed that for many of you, you are actually literally repelling wealth. You see it as something you don't value or even want. The very word wealth seems to be somewhat repulsive to some of you. See, wealth is the exact definition that you give it. It holds the energetic frequency of your relationship with it. Wealth comes in many forms: freedom, abundance, joy. Money, on the other hand, is a tool. If you currently hold the belief that you have little interest in wealth or its creation, I invite you to recognize that holding that belief is literally repelling wealth, abundance, and money away from you. If you do not value money as a positive thing, you will not receive it, and it will continue to remain chaotic in your life. What does it actually mean to be successful? Is it how much money you have? Is it how many friends you have on Facebook or how many likes you get on a post? Is it how big your house is? Is it taking lavish vacations to exotic places around the world? Is it affording a wardrobe of designer clothing? Lovely lady, success is not about making money. Success is not about how much money you have in the bank account. It's about your internal freedom. You can have $10 million in the bank and feel like a slave to it. You see, that's how I felt many years ago. Before I walked out of my chocolate company, Nibmore, I felt like I was a slave to my own business. From the outside looking in, it looked like I had everything. I had the big, beautiful house, the investments, things were thriving. Life looked like it was beautiful. My business was really growing. And yet, I felt like a slave. See, success to me is about embodying the fullness of who you are. It is designing and living the epic life that you intentionally choose. Success is emotional freedom. That's how I define it. Do you feel like you're a slave to your business or trapped in a financial situation you feel like you can't get out of? Let me ask you, what do you think your frequency of money is? Would you like to make more money? I bet you would. So here's my question to you. Why? Why is making more money important to you? Let's tune into the frequency of love, of yourself first. See, it's a dial you turn. Let's actually shift it right now and turn that dial. Because right now we're on the channel of 99.9, the J Love Money channel. But let's change that and dial and tune into the abundance station on 1111, your abundance station. Are you ready? Because abundant energy attracts. What would it look like if you were tuned in to a high vibration, a high frequency with money? What would that look like? Push pause on this video for just a moment, and I want you to invite you to write that down. What would your life look like if you were tuned in to a high vibration with money? Great. I also want you to reflect on and push pause for a moment and ask yourself the question and journal on this for a moment. Why is making more money important to you? Why is making more money important to you? So, how do you up-level your money frequency? Well, it's about becoming aware of why these things are important to you. That's why I'm having you answer these questions. If we were listening to your abundance channel 1111, what would we hear? What's actually possible in your life? So, describe what it actually looks like for me. I want you to take a moment, again, push pause. What does your life look like when you're dialed in to your abundance channel 1111? See, you're saying, sister, I'm worth it. I show up as me, fully me. I'm deeply nourishing my body, my soul, spending time in nature, spending time with, incredible women. I walk into the marketplace as the, first to market. I'm setting an intention that I magnetize the power of activating the worth within, my heart. And I know that several of you are, by the end of this week, going to be dialing in to increasing the abundance in your life, allowing the money, honey, into your life. So make sure that you've answered those few questions. At this point, you've identified your money story, and if you haven't completed that exercise, what are you waiting for? Go right now and do that. Now, I want you to imagine and feel what living your new money story will actually feel like. See, we've got to burn or clear the old in order to make room for the new. See, my old money story was I have to do, go, be a slave to my business, and and it has to be a struggle in order for me to make a lot of money and to be successful. I turned that over on its little head and shifted that into I magnetize money with ease. I allow money to come to me with ease. So that was my old money story. That's my new money story. And it's time to allow the money, honey. So I want you to literally reflect on, what it is that your new money story is. So pause this for a moment. If you haven't done the Rewrite the Money Story worksheet, make sure you do and go back and reflect on your new money story right now. So I'll end on this reflection. Our journey into consciousness of wealth begins with the realization that we have already arrived. That's right, lovely lady. You have everything you need. Begin to uplevel your money frequency by recognizing that you are cared for. The universe has your back if you let it. And we here at One More Woman have your back if you let us. Tune into your frequency of what you're actually grateful for, and you will attract that what's in that beautiful heart of yours, what your heart desires. Basically, I want you to be mindful of how to think, what your beliefs and values are, and how they are directly affecting your behavior and emotions. With this deepened understanding, you are empowering yourself to create different financial results for your future. Because you see, your thoughts are investments or costs. Your thoughts either push you towards or away from happiness and success. Lovely lady, please choose your thoughts wisely. So today's Money Work Challenge is to complete your wealth reflection using the worksheet provided, and then head over to the Facebook group and answer this question. Why is wealth creation important to your personal evolution and impact in the world? Again, why is wealth creation important to your personal evolution and impact in the world? I look forward to seeing your answers in the Facebook group.